All right, guys, so for today's workout, we're going to be kicking things off with 1 minute of cardio of your choice. From there, the next 4 minutes, we're going to be cycling through as many rounds as we can. 8 sit-throughs into 8 air squats into 8 overhead dumbbell tricep extensions. So looking at those movements, the sit-through, we want to set ourselves up kind of like a bear crawl, but with the knees pretty low, so about here. And from here, I'm going to lift one foot off, pivot through, back to the middle. Just moving slow at first just to maintain balance, especially if you haven't done it before. It can be a little bit of a tricky one, so it does require some coordination, balance, flexibility. So slow with that, and then as you feel better, you can start to speed up into it. So 8 of those, we then go into 8 air squats. So good old-fashioned squats. We just want to make sure heels stay on the ground, keeping my head nice and tall, so I'm nice and postured up. I want to avoid sort of leaning over excessively. I want to try and stay really upright as I move through them. So 8 of those, and then we've got a dumbbell tricep extension. So this one, grabbing onto either head, starting with it just kind of behind my traps there, and I'm extending up, trying to keep my upper arm nice and still, so you can see my elbows kind of stay in the one spot. Okay, and that's warming up the muscles in my upper arm. So you roll through that for the remaining 4 minutes, and that is your warm-up. All right, so guys, we're gonna have a look at the move workout now. This one is pretty big in volume. It's got a pretty big time cap as well, so we're looking at 30 minutes to get this thing done. We have 2 movements. One is a Turkish get-up and one is a push-up, and both of them are gonna be an ascending ladder of reps as we move through them. Now the Turkish get-up being quite a slow moving, slow cycling movement, that one is gonna go 1, then 2, then 3, and it'll keep climbing an extra rep each round, all the way up until you hit 7. 7's the last number we're gonna do. For the push-up, obviously that's a little bit easier, it's a little bit faster cycling. That's gonna go by 3, so 3, 6, 9, 12, so on and so forth until we hit 21. So there's 7 rounds on both those movements. So looking at that Turkish get-up with this one, if you haven't done this before, guys, watch this video a couple of times, get the technique down in your head because it can be a little bit tricky at first. The best thing you can do as well is do this slowly, be stable and take your time with it. It's not a fast movement. So I'm gonna start from the ground. From here, I'm gonna roll onto my back. And this position here, it's gonna be really important that we have whatever side has the dumbbell, the same side leg is up. If I have this the other way around, things are gonna get mixed up and it's gonna be real awkward, so make sure you have a high side and then a low side. From here, I'm gonna roll up onto my left elbow, up onto my hand. I'm going to slowly take my leg all the way through behind me until I can kneel on it and put my weight on it. From there, I'm gonna straighten up, okay, and stand up out of that overhead lunge. And then it's just a matter of putting it in reverse. So I'm gonna step back with that left leg, reaching off to the side, taking my time just to keep my balance and move through these positions one at a time. Okay, and then from there, I would slowly bring it to the ground. So that would be 1 rep, okay? So obviously, this being a single-sided thing, each time you start a new set, just make sure you keep alternating from right to left so we even things up. That's movement 1. Movement 2, much simpler. That's just a push-up. So feet together, hands close. Okay, from here, abs and butt tight. Chest to ground. Okay, and I can also take that to a knee push-up as well if I need to scale that. Main thing with that one is make sure we don't kind of snake off the ground when our core gets tired, because that Turkish get-up is going to challenge it quite a bit. The push-up and that, those 2 things are going to be quite challenging done as a couplet. So 30 minutes on that one, guys, all the way up to 7 on the Turkish get-up, 21 on the push-ups. That is your move workout.